Hey readers, welcome to Response to Reading for this week. This week we are talking about mood. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get started today, and I will talk a little bit more about mood than we did in mini lessons. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to click this link and make a copy. First of all, make sure that you are making a copy and adding this to your Response to Reading folder. You're going to need this assignment for both days. So when I quickly click through here, you're going to see you're going to get to a point where it says done with day 1, stop here for now and head to the next slide for day 2. So you will come back here and start here for day 2, where it says day 2 at the top. So let's talk a little bit about mood. So mood is kind of the way that the thing that you're reading, the passage, the book, the story, makes you feel. So how it makes you feel. So it's the chart here says general atmosphere created by the author's words and the feeling the reader gets when reading those words. So if you are reading something and it makes you feel really sad, it's kind of that emotion you're experiencing at that time. So you might be excited for the character. That would be the mood that you have. So you're kind of thinking, okay, what feeling is this author trying to get me to have or trying to get me to think of while they are writing it. So as I read, what am I feeling? So let me show you an example here. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be going through and you're going to be looking at some passages today, and you have some moods down here on the bottom. And you're going to be placing these moods in the appropriate box. So when you read this passage, you're thinking, okay, was that supposed to make me feel a little bit excited, hopeful, maybe regretful? And then you're going to drag it into the correct box. So if you read it and you're like, oh, that made me feel nervous, you're going to drag that into the box, and then you're going to type in kind of why you thought that. So I'm going to show you an example here with this first one, and I'm going to insert the mood and then type in the evidence. So here is my example, this first passage. Did you know that I'm the best player on my baseball team? In fact, none of my other teammates can compete with my skills. I could teach them all a thing or two about correctly playing ball. Sometimes I amaze even myself with my ability. So after reading that passage, we're thinking, okay, did that passage make me, the reader, feel nervous? Did it kind of make me feel scared? Or did it kind of make me feel annoyed? Well, I think that made me feel a little bit annoyed. As I was reading it, I was like, wow, this person really thinks highly of themselves, and they think they're the best person in the world. So now I need to come up with some evidence as to why I felt that way. So your mood might be different than someone else's because it might have made you feel differently. So you're going to go ahead and type in here. And so here's what I wrote. This passage makes me feel annoyed with the writer. They seem very arrogant, so kind of full of themselves. So reading this made me feel annoyed with them. So this kind of gave me an annoyed mood. So you're going to go ahead and tell me why, over here where it says evidence, tell me why you felt this way. Why you felt this way, whatever you put for the mood. So you're going to go through these and go to the next one and read the passage and then think, okay, is that making you feel nervous or scared? And then dragging one of these things into the box and then telling me why it made you feel that way. And then the same thing for the next slide. After you do these 5, because the first one's already done for you, you need to stop and you'll come back here for day 2. And that's the end of day 1.